Autograph. I remember when it launched last summer, it was all the hype. You came into the company in September, a couple months later. I mean, I think I did, last year, every story I did was this NFT sold for $1.9 million, or this 13-year-old is making $500,000 selling NFTs. Now we're in a different kind of climate right now. So kind of walk me through why you took the plunge to go to the company and, how you're navigating this new weather.
Sure. So that still happens in small instances in different places, but not like it was even 6 months ago. So answer the second question first as to why I made the jump. I was at a sneaker company, New Balance, for several years, where I did everything from build a digital department to launching different categories like basketball, global soccer, sports marketing initiatives and things like that, and all of our lifestyle business. And I really loved it, and I was really happy with it, and I was excited for what my path was there, and I knew exactly where I was going, which is awesome, right? Yeah. I had started for my role with what the brand was becoming, younger, faster, more digitally connected. I had been looking into what NFT technology could do for a 120-year-old sneaker company. So when the autograph opportunity presented itself at the beginning of the summer, I was like, oh, this makes sense. I want to talk to them and at least explore this, and seeing there's a compelling roster of athletes, partners: Tom Brady, Simone Biles, Tony Hawk, Derek Jeter, Gronk, The Weeknd, list goes on. Yeah. At least I have to explore this. And I got what Autograph has been in the first year of our existence, which has been predominantly digital collectibles straight from these athletes as NFTs. I grew up collecting baseball cards and comic books and loved them. And so I understood what the next step would be with how that becomes purely digital. But there was some point along the time when I realized, as I was making my decision, there's an opportunity to truly enhance fandom through this technology for whatever you love to do. Everybody out here has got a handful of things that are real passion points that they love to do. I love my sports, my teams. I love going to see concerts. And it dawned on me that there's a technology that could make my experience more compelling, enhanced before, during, after, and then well after that concert or that game or whatever. That can be that's where the future is. And I have to go do this. As happy and comfortable as I was in my role, I have to go do this. So that's why I jumped. And you're right, the first year of it, we focused predominantly on collectibles. The market was hot. We put a ton of effort into the creative and the product that we're building. We didn't always see that everywhere else, where things are just selling for crazy amounts of money, and people don't really know why. And it's our job has shifted into explaining the why. So while this market has been down, we had seen this coming, and that thought that I had in that summer for what this can and should be, we started to plan for that. And we are in that mode right now where we've launched a product that does that. It enhances somebody's specific type of fandom over a long period of time to reward them for being a fan and bringing them closer to their favorite athletes, artists, musicians, teams, brands, leagues, authors, you name it. So that's where we are now. So
would you say we're in an NFT winter right now? I mean, I've been looking at reports. It's been down 60%. What do you think is causing that? Is it because, is it a correlation to crypto? What do you think why is the hype kind of settled?
So I do think it's fair to call it an NFT/crypto winter, for sure. That's thrown about all over the place. I think there's a lot of factors. Yes, the challenges that crypto is having directly correlated, for sure. Overall markets and the economies around the world have to do with that as well. So I think that leads to, this is an obvious thing, but you can't just throw money around, right? There's got to be a good reason. For a lot of people have to have a good reason for why they put their money down. And people don't know quite yet. One of the biggest obstacles that we have has always been, in this first year plus, has been education. Why is this great for me? Why do I need this? Why do I have to have this as a fan? And that, at the moment, because of what the system has been and some of the stereotypes around NFTs and what people consider collectibles and things like that, have made it harder for people to separate with their hard-earned fiat or ETH or whatever it is to engage with NFTs. So a lot of it has to do with education to show what's the value of this and why is this amazing for me as a fan of my favorite athlete, band, whatever.
Yeah. So you told me before, when people buy these NFTs, you're not promoting its resale value. What you're promoting is you're in this exclusive club. It's all about the community. So talk to me a little bit about how how these NFTs are giving you inside this special VIP community.
So this is a savvy group out here. Obviously, everybody knows a lot about this industry. The first movers into NFT, there's a large collection of those first movers are speculators, flippers, want to make a quick buck. And that's not unique to NFTs. That's happened in plenty of other industries. And that's not really what we're in it for. Like, of course, we want people to find value in the products that we put out and want to hold them and want them to see value and want other people to see value in them. Our main focus is not that. It's not to provide something that someone can flip immediately. That is not it at all. We want to provide exclusive experiences for people who are fans of things to bring them closer to their favorite passion points again in ways that they never imagined. And it's brought to you by this technology that people, we are working very hard to educate and help people understand why this is great. But it's really the lifeblood, like you said, is the community. The communities around every one of these partners that we have are highly engaged. There are people who love Tom Brady. There are so many people who love The Weeknd. There are so many people who love Tiger Woods and other partners that we have. And this is an opportunity for them in a unique way to have a different experience, a better experience than they would have had before. So I think what you're asking about the new product we launched is called Signature Experiences. We launched it with Tom Brady, and it's basically an NFT Web3 driven product that takes fans of Tom Brady on a journey with him during this NFL season. So you sign up and you are treated to, there's a dynamic NFT that acts as your ticket, and it changes every week. It's like a movie that shows you what happened in the game that past weekend, but it brings you other benefits along the way. You get other NFTs sent to you. There's in real life events where you get to meet other members of the community. You get exclusive merchandise, and you get access to token-gated media that's only on Autograph's platform. But the amazing thing is, like, we built this because we asked people what they wanted. And one of the number one things that they wanted was more of in real life community with these people who are talking all day, every day in Discord, Twitter, and other places. They just so badly, because they're in this, they share the same thing. They want to go hang out together in person. Yeah. And we are providing a platform where a select group of people can go do that together.
So you told me before, being the CMO of this company, it's always changing. It's always keeping you on your toes. You've got to be extra creative to stay alive. I mean, you got 160 people at this company. The market's not, where you want it to be. So how are you staying afloat with all those people? I mean, I know you have big backings, but your buyers, what's your audience like?
So our audience, like many other NFT programs and companies, the first ones in were those predominantly speculators that you would have in any industry, and they're still there. But we are layering on more and more, let's call them mainstream fans, who are looking for this experience and looking for new ways to celebrate their fandom, and that could be with a community or it could be in various other ways. So our community is changing, and you're right, we are fortunate enough to have some really solid backing. And we are able to be patient right now and figure out what the world wants and what we can bring to them before they even know it. So that's why we're building things like this Signature Experience product. And how do we bring something similar like that, not the same thing, but to all these other partners in their communities? What does a Signature Experience look like for Tiger Woods? What does it look like for Derek Jeter? What does it look like for, we have a partnership with Lionsgate Films, and they have a slate of TV and movie properties that I can't quite talk about yet, but they're coming up very soon. What do those communities want, and how can we surprise them and bring that to them? And we're fortunate enough that we can be patient and build the absolute best strategy, product, creative, and hopefully marketing to go along with that, to bring in a mainstream audience to enhance their fandom.
Yeah, but what is your strategy to make this mainstream? I mean, obviously, people here understand NFTs, but there's a lot of people who don't. They don't get it. They think it's a scam. There's a lot of noise out there. I mean, even with the crypto world, like, people just, they don't trust it. They just think.
You're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we see that every day, and it doesn't matter if it's an autograph project that is announced. It could be any NFT-based, NFT-powered project that's announced. I can predict exactly what, like, the first 10, 20 Twitter comments are going to be. They're going to be like, NFTs are disgusting. Please don't do this. This is gross. This is a scam. This is a pyramid scheme. All that sort of stuff. I just took a screen grab. It's the same thing. And there's a whole group of people who will do that all the time. It is my job and our job to show and prove what that value is, so that people understand how great this could be for them as a fan of something. So education is huge. Showing how this can unlock experiences and content and all these other things for them that they never thought could be possible. That same person who is telling us how terrible we are when we announce something would be the same person that would be celebrating something a year from now when they had an incredible experience with their favorite athlete or their favorite team or their favorite league, and it's brought to you by new technology that people just don't understand. So showing what that means and that it's not something to be scared of, and it's something that can enhance what they love, and I truly believe in it and what it can be for the future.
So is Tom Brady in the nitty-gritty of it? I mean, he was really quick to launch this company. He kind of jumped on it before a lot of other athletes. What was his, passion for it? What was driven by that?
So first of all, he's engaged on a daily basis. He is, I have a long career in sports, and I am very familiar with some of, like, the stereotypes of athlete-run companies, and they may not even know they have the company.
Exactly.
This is not that. Tom is highly, highly, highly engaged in pretty much every aspect. So what started him to do this? He's very, I don't want to speak for him, but he obviously is, like, very ambitious and has an entrepreneurial bent to what he wants to do now and after football. And this is an opportunity that he helped create for what the vision of this could be, and he has gone all in every single day since then.
Yeah. So what do you think, what is the future of the NFT world? What do you think? When is it going to take off? Like, what do you think, like, 5-10 years from now? I know you have kids. What do you think that world's going to be like for them?
So I really believe that autograph specifically is one of the handful of entities that's going to bring this to the mainstream, to make this a completely ubiquitous thing that's part of your life. It's headed that way. It needs smart, aggressive, strategic groups to help drive that, to continue to show that value, continue to surprise people and educate on how these experiences can be driven. And if you want to collect NFTs as art, that's great too. And this is all going to come to pass. I really do believe our role at Autograph is to bring this to the mainstream. When I first started, this company could have gone one of two ways. They could have tried to take everybody in the mainstream world, every mainstream fan, and try to turn them into NFT project zealots, talking, PFP programs and things like that. Or we can get the principles of the NFT world and the Web3 world and bring them to the mainstream. That's the way bigger opportunity, and that's where the world is headed. And if we can be a key leader and a driver of that, we got to go do it. And that's what we're trying to figure out now, is we have this patient approach to figure out what do people want before they even know they want it, and how great this could be. All the select group of people who have part of this Tom Brady experience, they're about to have a year-long experience that they could have never had just watching games on their couch on Sundays. And they're definitely going to come back for what the next one is, because we're going to make it that great.
Yeah, because you signed some big names, and like we were talking about Derek Jeter, and I've been trying to book him for years, but you say, on your platform, he has talks with his fans and things like that. So what's your strategy? Is it to find top athletes and musicians and get them? Do they come to you, or you go to them to pitch the idea?
It's a little of both. I mean, we are very fortunate. We have very high-profile partners and people within our world and our company on our board. So we get a lot of inbound. But we also are trying to target the best partners for us. And that's not dissimilar to, how you would go about, trying to find the right partners for a sneaker company. This is very much like, who are the partners who are in it with us? Who understands that this is not traditional sponsorship? All these athletes are iconic in their worlds. They're very used to companies being happy just to be able to write a check to get a logo on a shirt, on a car, on something, just to be part of their world. This is not that. That's a very one-way sponsorship. We're looking for partnerships. So we engage with all of our partners up front before anything even happens to understand, do they really have interest in this space? Because we want everything to be authentic. This is not a cash grab. And a savvy audience can smell a cash grab a mile away. And that's happened a ton in the NFT world. Do they have legit interest in this? Do they have legit value and interest, see the value and interest in their communities? And do they want to build something new? And do they want to feel like they're building something for the future? And that leads us to saying no a lot more than we say yes, which is a great place to be. And I can say, like, all of those partners that we have are highly, highly engaged. Like you said, Derek Jeter's a tough get. I totally believe it. But he understands the value of his community, people who have bought into his collectibles that have come from his world. And he's amazing in these like small environments when he's talking one-on-one to fans and people who have purchased his collectibles and want to interact with him. And it's really incredible to see when they get it. Guys like Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk is like an athlete visionary in this space.
Yeah.
And he's all about, he's been a pioneer of it. I think, like, really honestly, before Autograph even showed up, he was talking about this. So the athletes that really get it, the musicians that really get it, the artists that really get it, the teams, et cetera, that really get it, buy in, understand that this is a partnership and not a sponsorship, and it's a new way of having to think and act and operate and giving of themselves, really, so fans feel closer to them.
Yeah, but what about the price point? I mean, I logged on last night. I wanted to sign up for the Tom Brady experience, but it was $750, little outside my price point. I mean, is the price point gonna come down to meet, that mainstream?
Well, first of all, one of the ways that we brought this to the mainstream, we're trying to bring this to mainstream, is making the vast majority of these items really affordable. We've sold tons of Tom Brady NFTs that are $12.
Yeah.
So obviously, the more expensive they are, the more rare they are, the more access and things like that they grant. The Tom Brady pricing for that experience is you get an experience over the course of 7+ months. So you're getting something from us and from Tom Brady specifically. He's been going on every week without me even really asking him, suggesting, not really asking, but he's going on after games to film things straight to his phone, not a big production, talking directly to his fans, the people who have been part of this experience, taking them into the huddle. Here's what I saw in this important play in this game. I walked to the line. I saw this, they were in this formation. I called this audible. Then I did this, then I did this. This is what so-and-so said to me in the locker room after. He broke injury news that he had on one of these videos. So somebody was able, fans of Tom Brady were able to break injury news about him before mainstream media outlets because he's giving of himself, right?
Yeah.
So people will see if that's the right price point for what this is, TBD. But we're trying to figure that out as we build out these different types of experiences for all of our partners over time.
What's your biggest headache being the CMO of a NFT company?
The thing that keeps me up at night is really being able to show, improve the value in this and the education at large for mainstream audience. Because again, like we have these amazing partnerships with, like, example is AEG music company, and we're partners with them on a bunch of giant music festivals around the country. There's nobody going to these festivals who's like, I can't wait to get there and see what the NFTs are. They don't know about it.
Yeah.
So we have to show up front that this is a brand that's bringing you, it's very easy, it's not scary, here's how it works, and if you sign up today, this NFT unlocks all this utility for you at this festival that you've been looking forward to for 6 months when you first bought the tickets. So that education really showing and proving how this could be awesome for a fan I think about all the time and like my own things that I really love. And if I/we do this right, 2 to 3 years from now, I want everybody in this room to be like, what's the, oh, I just saw that there's a new movie coming out. What's the autograph experience that's coming with it? Like, I'm gonna go get the autograph for that. Like, that's what the goal is. That's where I want to drive us, and we're all locked arms to do the same thing, right? So, and I hope everybody would be disappointed if there wasn't one that was waiting for them when they went to go look, or if they heard about it. So, that is where we're trying to push it.
Yeah. My last question for people in the audience who are not familiar with NFTs, like what is your advice from them to get educated in this world? Is there something that they can check out?
So we on autograph.io, we have plenty of educational tools and things to engage with to understand exactly how this works. Obviously, just you can do your own research and online for it's tons of stuff everywhere. There are new articles written every day about this industry and this technology. I would also say that the easiest way to learn about it is to engage with it, right? Like maybe you don't have to buy the Tom Brady NFT, but there's plenty of other things that you could buy, and part of our goal is to make that as easy as possible. We don't want people to be deterred by I've got to set up a MetaMask wallet. Like that's part of the path. But for the Tom Brady thing, we were accepting credit cards for it, so that people I don't want any barrier of entry to this. You're going to come in, you're going to have an amazing experience that just happens to be powered by this technology that you've heard a lot about, but might not totally understand the ins and outs. And if you really care to understand how that works, we are providing the pathways for what that technology is and how it's come about.
All right. Well, Patrick, last question. When are you signing Eagles players? That's what we all 4-0. Anybody? No?
If I could sign any of my Eagles, I would sign them all today.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.